Ooh, welcome back to a brand new episode of Beyond the Bank Phillies podcast. I'm your host Pete, along with my co-host Henry. How you doing, bro?
What's up? What's up? We're back in the studio.
Back in the studio, and we are now 4 days away technically from opening day.
Yeah, but nobody counts that Citizens Bank South as an opening day.
True.
Home opener is in 8 days.
Yes. And we'll
tentatively, hopefully.
I know. And now they're possibly calling for rain. But it could change. Nobody knows the weather anymore.
Boy, am I surprised.
Nobody knows the weather
If
anymore.
I was wrong the way that weathermen were, I wouldn't have a job.
Yeah. Real quick, very off topic, but I have to bring it up. But March Madness going horrible right now. And,
for you?
Yeah, for me. And you're running away with it in the group. So
and my bracket name is will not win. So I'm
and you're winning.
I'm Yeah. It's I really thought that I had the league on lock when I said when Florida was about to lose today, but they pulled it out.
I'm now just enjoying ball at this point. Like I'm not even just like enjoying basketball. So it is what it is. I'm $25 out. Man. So and
yeah, that sucks.
I'll be paying like gas money for you basically. So which is all good.
It's a week like the 75 that or the 100 I'm going to get from the league profit is going to be like a tank and a half of gas. So.
Hey, I mean whatever helps, man.
Yeah.
As you see, I'm fanboying today. I got the jersey on. You know what I mean? I'm just I'm excited. So
jersey and the hat.
Jersey and the hat. So I like this hat. It's a good hat, man. You know, so just the one they released for the 08 patch on the side. So it's pretty cool.
I went to the stadium today for the 5K and
shout out Gabby for running the 5K.
Yeah, shout out Gabby for running the 5K. I did not run the 5K.
Okay.
But they already had the Jackie Robinson Day hats out there.
Oh, nice.
They had those ones. They honestly didn't have many new hats. I was surprised.
Okay.
But they didn't have any opening day stuff out yet, obviously.
Yeah. But. If Phillies win the World Series this year, I'll run the 5K next year. It's not a deal. Just saying. I will.
Yeah. It sells out in like 3 hours. So.
Okay. Well, either way, I'll be there to support it. So, let's get into the real stuff. So before we really get into Phillies baseball talk, we just want to shout out 2 people, or technically 1 person.
4 people.
Yeah, 4 people, I guess you could say, if you want to be technical about it. But shout out to Luke Arcaney for joining us on our pod last week. Yes, sir. We really, really appreciate it. Gave us a really in-depth talk of the whole podcast. It was great.
Yeah. It was really cool having him on. Yeah. It was really cool having him on. We were looking for clips. It was like, dude, there's so many spots.
I know. And it just it was gave us good stories, stuff like that about the live moment and stuff. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool. I feel like if we have guests on again, when we have guests on again, I want to do the whole questionnaire thing with them.
Oh yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
I feel like it's a good add-in.
Everybody's got different stuff. You know what
exactly.
I mean? So
and then also shout out to Philly First Podcast for bringing us on. Yes, sir. We were on their podcast the other night.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It was.
I had a good time.
They're great. Shout out to those guys.
We were nerding out over spring training, and you and CJ were just sitting there we
weren't there, so it's like whatever.
Training. shout out to those guys. They were a lot of fun. They were a lot of fun.
They were. Yeah. No. Sorry again for leaving early because I left the call early by accident. So if you know,
that's okay. Ben showed me that he had Pat Burrell pants from 08.
Nice.
He got him in one of those mystery player bags, and I was like, "How did they give you those? That's crazy."
Yeah, Pat. That's
he was
crazy
like, "Yeah," and dude, it was so funny. So it was about to end. It was about to run out of time. He holds up the pants, and they just cut out. Dude, it was the funniest thing. It was so funny. And I called you, and I was like, "Dude, don't even try and go back. It's over."
I don't know what it is with the Zoom now. I was talking about it before. Now you got
dude, it's weird.
I don't know.
It's weird.
It's awful. But yeah, shout out to all of them. Really appreciate it. Just good stuff all around, especially before opening day. And I mean, probably we'll be connecting with all of them. Sooner or later again. I mean, if not, next week possibly. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully. That'd be nice.
I'm pretty excited for that. So let's get into Phillies baseball talk now. Spring training almost technically over. I mean, they have one more game tomorrow. But at this point, I'm ready for it to be over.
Yeah, I'm over it.
I can't lie. No offense. I just love watching.
At this point, I'm sick of a split squad game where I'm getting 20 different notifications. I'm like, wait, I thought we were down 7-0. Now we're up 5-0. What is going on? I was so confused. But no, it was cool. I'm just ready for the season.
I know. It's just when it gets to this point and you're just, opening day is so much closer. It's just like, all right, get me to that point. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then I mean, hey, how about a crazy comeback yesterday against the Yankees? They're down 7-0.
Yeah, LOL Yankees. They suck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're struggling. They have some injuries.
Yeah.
Well, and then Luzardo, he started out pretty good, and then he gave a bomb to Judge.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what's going on with him,
but
I have a feeling that's how he's going to be the rest of the year, and it's really concerning me.
Spring training, it's been interesting. You know, we've been seeing a lot of the young guys. You know, we saw a spring breakout game that was cool.
Yeah.
I saw Justin Crawford is going to be starting. I think single A, was it?
No, triple A.
Oh, triple A. Oh,
yeah.
Triple A.
He was in double A last year. Why would they move down to single A?
Confusing with all the A's, but triple A it is. So that's pretty interesting to see.
He made that diving. Did you see that diving play he made?
I did not see it.
It was like 4 games ago.
Word.
He posted on his story.
Okay.
On his Instagram story. I follow him on Instagram.
Wow.
Now I know at least.
Dude, I mean, imagine he gets called up this year. Oh my
God. He might. I don't know. I don't think he will.
We'll see.
He might.
But yes, over spring training, we love Phillies baseball, but it's time for the real stuff to start.
Yeah, you know Your boy Christian Arroyo got sent down.
Yeah.
You salty?
I'm not salty at all. I think, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I personally think he should have possibly made the last spot just because of the right-handed bat situation. But I guess
then Clemens signed somewhere else for free. Why would you do that?
I don't know. But also, this is why I'm not a manager or a GM making decisions, because then, you know, whatever. And I was talking about getting his jersey too, which that was pretty exciting.
Bananas. That was the crazy. No,
that would have been pretty cool. I mean, you see a lot of like interesting jerseys.
I don't know if cool is the word that I would use, but I get what you're saying. Quirky, maybe.
I mean, when you're at Citizens Bank Park, you see all these random jerseys. It's like, you know, whatever.
It's a lot sometimes.
It is what it is. So let's get into Phillies tweet of the week. Phillies news, I should say. We're gonna split it kind of in between. I know we got a lot of tweets as it is. We got a lot of announcements. Before you got here,
10 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a lot. It's overwhelming. I was just getting I was like, what is going on? Like, there's been a lot of announcements. I mean, even during the game, because there was a game today, they won 4-2.
Yeah.
Nola pitched okay, gave up a homer. All that other good stuff. Stott hit an inside the park home run.
Well,
yeah, basically.
Is that going to be considered an inside the park home run, or is it going to be a double with an error?
I think they pretty much called it inside the park home run. I'm pretty sure. Because the other guys, they ran into each other. Hopefully,
it technically is, but it's like, I mean, not that it even matters.
No, yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we'll talk about the breaking news first. So let me get the tweet up here real quick. According to the Phillies, from their official Twitter account, the Phillies have claimed right-handed pitcher Carlos Hernandez off waivers from the Kansas City Royals to make room for Hernandez on the 40-man roster. Right-handed pitcher Tyler Phillips was designated for assignment.
That's a shame.
I mean, I guess it's good for the bullpen wise.
Why though?
They see something in Hernandez that is,
I guess.
I mean, it's crazy how he just gets instantly added. I
also think them designating him for assignment also shows that Strom's going to be probably fine by opening day.
Yeah, they said he's,
or at the very least, a home opener. So
yeah, Thompson talked about it.
Yeah. I have a feeling that's going to be. That's a good sign that Strom's okay at least.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah, it sucks for Phillips. You know, obviously he's been working his ass off.
He's a local kid too. Like, it's tough, man.
But who knows? I mean, maybe he clears waivers possibly, and we bring him back.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Blackhawks are up 2-1. They just scored 2 goals in like 6 seconds. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's okay. We're accepting the tank as a Flyers fan. It's okay. What's called? It's weird to see, especially like this close to opening day, and you know. I guess I thought they had confidence in Phillips, you know, showing, you know, development and stuff like that. He had a shutout game last year for us, but I mean, hey, there had to be an odd man out.
He had a shutout game, and then he gave up 8 runs in Seattle. So it's like, what?
Yeah, it sucks. But, you know, obviously I was hoping maybe Walker would have got DFA'd, but obviously that's not happening. And also, just a quick announcement on that. Since Suarez will be starting the season on the IL, Taijuan Walker is officially named the 5th starter, so that's great.
People act like he wasn't. I called this from the beginning. He was going to be in the rotation no matter what. I know he shouldn't be. That's not the question. That's not the my point wasn't that he should be in the rotation. He's going to. He was going to be no matter what. No matter what.
I get tired of the tweets when he just gets like absolutely run out of the ballpark Like it happened the other day, and it's just like, dude, I know I sound like a broken record. We say this all the time, but like, and I'm not trying to trash the guy. I know he's probably a great guy, great person, whatever.
Yeah.
But I just don't.
It's just a baseball player.
Yeah, it's like I don't understand what they see, and I'm tired of hearing the Thompson quotes. Like it's just it's annoying, bro.
He's not a guy. I agree with the Thompson quote thing because it's getting to be a little much.
Yeah.
But, it's not like he's a guy that it's like, oh, he's just and any team would love to have Taijuan Walker. No, nobody wants him.
Yeah.
Not even for the, like, even if we ate the salary, I don't think people would want him.
Probably
like,
not.
this is my problem with the Taijuan Walker thing. A lot of people are like, oh, he's better than any team's fifth starter. That is not true. I watch a lot of baseball outside of the Phillies, and fifth starters are not good. Don't get me wrong. But the fifth starter on a championship team is not Taijuan Walker.
Absolutely not.
It's as simple as that.
And it's just like, I feel like we're in the same situation as last year where it's like we just...
No, we're not, because Spencer Turnbull doesn't have a job.
I know. Is it malpractice?
I'm not going there again.
It is.
I was too pissed off at that game. I was there. I was too pissed off at that game to even understand what happened.
Yeah, I don't... I just like, it's getting annoying. It is. But you know what?
I'm just sick of getting smoke blown up my ass about Taijuan Walker and how good he is and how solid he looks and how good he looks physically. I don't care. Can he pitch? If he can't pitch, then cut him.
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, at this point, let's just say this. The offense just score a lot of runs if he's pitching that game. How about that? We're just going to depend on the offense. That's all it's going to be.
That's so sad.
Well, is it though? Because we want to see something from the offense anyway. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying that they'll have to score 15, but like the fact that they have to go out there and be like, we have to score at least 7 because Taiwan's given up 6. Dude, that's sad.
Yeah.
And that's just within like the first 4 innings.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing though. I mean, I guess to a positive on this is the way it lines up for pitching that like the first couple of games of the season, he'll probably be pitching against the Rockies, the last game of that series at home. So hey,
yeah,
you know, if it's against the Rockies, and
I don't think it's last game of that series. Would it be or no? Because you got Wheeler, no, you got Wheeler, Sanchez, no.
Sanchez is gonna be home opener.
Wheeler, Luzardo, Nola.
From what I heard, I think it was reported on. I think Scott Francie said it on the game during the game today that it would line up as Sanchez at home opener, then Wheeler, then Walker as fifth starter.
That's pretty stupid.
As long as it's not the game I'm going to.
Yeah.
Imagine they announce him for the home opener.
Last year, if he announced him for the home opener, ticket prices would crash.
Yeah.
I guarantee.
Would you still go?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. We would still go. So
I still go. I just wouldn't watch. No, I'm just kidding. No, I definitely would. Dude, when I had the Sunday plan last year, it felt like every Sunday game, Walker was pitching somehow.
Yeah,
I was like, this is miserable. This is miserable.
Yeah, it's miserable. All right. I know we got sidetracked with the Walker thing, but going back to the Carlos Hernandez thing real quick, I just want to bring up some of his stats from last year. So he pitched 30 innings, hit 24 hits, 11 earned runs, 1 homer, 16 walks, 27 strikeouts, and he had a 3.30 ERA and a 1.33 WHIP. With the Royals. Not terrible.
It's not bad. The walks concern me a little bit, but other than that,
yeah.
I mean, it makes you question why he was on the waiver wire, but
true.
Other than that,
I mean, listen, it's another possible good high velocity arm out the pen.
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully
Caleb Cotham can work his magic.
That's what I'm saying.
Help him.
Yeah, so we're confident in that. I saw a video where he was like reaching 100, and people were like, "Is that 100 miles?" I say it's like, yeah, that's pretty common in today's.
I was gonna say at this point, it's not like Aroldis Chapman who was throwing like 108 or whatever he was throwing.
And
like nobody does that anymore.
That's fine if you can throw 100, but can he control the spot?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because that's the biggest thing I've seen with Alvarado.
Yes,
like and Sanchez too. More Sanchez than Alvarado, but he's throwing 98, blowing it past guys, painting the corners, and he knows exactly where it's going every single time. He has a lot. I think he worked a lot on control and everything.
Oh, for
and
sure.
so did Alvarado. Like him and Alvarado and Sanchez are going to be some players to watch this year for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I don't know what Sanchez is at for Cy Young, but
I don't know. It probably updated. I don't have the app anymore, so you got to check that for me.
For what? What happened?
Like, I don't FanDuel.
You deleted it?
I did, yeah.
Man.
I already brought this up. I deleted it. I'm done.
Oh, yes.
It's over, man.
Yeah.
Oh, also, real quick, before we get into any like other interesting tweets of the week, I want to bring up that Thompson on the broadcast brought up about the lineup, about who would be at the top of the lineup, and he said that Trey will hit leadoff tomorrow for tomorrow's last spring training game. He's not opposed to trying Turner lead off against lefties and Schwarber lead off against righties. So what do you think about that?
I think it's ridiculous.
Okay.
How do you know? But like, I'm not trying to like bash the guy.
I know.
Like, it's just like, dude, we have to stick to something.
I know. Yeah.
Like, give Trey the shot. And if Trey can't do it and we're 10 games below 500, just like Luke said, if we're 10 games below 500,
just go back to
Schwarber.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the problem?
But having to go back and forth is just annoying.
Having to go back and forth is stupid.
You're not building any type of
There's no consistency. There's no chemistry. There's no nothing.
Yeah.
Because then, obviously, in whatever world, it's Bryce will have to move then.
Yeah.
Bohm will have to move then. Like, it's just too much, dude. Like,
yeah, it is.
It's too much. I can't have Bohm hitting fourth and third then fourth, third then fourth, 3-3-3, 4-4. I can't do it, dude.
That's a lot.
No, like honestly, like it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
And it's same thing with Bryce. Why would Bryce Harper, one of the arguably the best players in baseball, I know you think he's the best player in baseball.
I do.
But arguably the best player in baseball, go from 3-2 to 3-2 to 3-2 to 3-2. That's stupid. Why would you not want to have a consistent lineup? It makes no sense at all.
I know.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Like I said, just if you're not putting any consistency there, then it gets to be a lot. And
yes.
it's
just frustrating because it's like the problem was you don't have consistency. People get mad. It's like, okay, how's the consistency? Oh, instead we're gonna split games, and 40% of them will be with Schwarber leading off, and 60% will be Trey.
Okay.
Who cares?
Yeah.
If you're going to do that, just don't do it and have Schwarber lead off all the time because Schwarber arguably hits better off lefties than he does off righties.
True.
It's just the facts.
Yeah, no, it's stats show for it. And I just think, like, we got to stop getting into this thing of, like, experimenting all the time. Like, sometimes you just got to let things go.
That's what I'm saying. I'm so sick of switching stuff around. Like, they're trying to do the vibes thing. Dude, I get it.
Yeah.
But this year, we have to be like, we're a good baseball team.
Mm-hmm.
F the competition and let's just do it. Let's just beat them down.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just like, no, we're going to shuffle everything around like this is Little League.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. These guys are professionals.
Analytics. Play a lot.
Analytics is a bunch of crap. By the way, Christopher Sanchez plus 2,500 for Cy Young.
Okay. That's a little ridiculous, I feel like.
I feel like it's a little high up. But
it is.
Could be.
The disrespect is real. I love it.
Oh, no. I was talking about the other way. I'm surprised he's that high. Perfectly honest.
That's.
But then I saw the names under him, and I was like, okay. Like Schwellenbach is like 2 spots under him.
Schwellenbach.
Oh, 1 spot under him. I'm sorry. They have the same odds.
Also, real quick, I'm gonna bring it up. How do you feel about Stubbs, being the one to not make a roster?
Love it.
All right.
I just think Marshawn. I understand what people are saying. Oh, well, they made a decision for the actual skill, not vibes. I get it. That stuff matters. That stuff matters a lot. I'm not saying that's the only reason you keep him up.
Yeah.
But let's not act like he's a terrible baseball player. And Marshawn has injuries all the time.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a season where he hasn't been injury prone.
Yeah.
So I was listening to the Phillies show actually with Todd Zalecki, Ruben Amaro, all those guys on the way here. And Garrett was like, the way that we felt after, because they asked him, Todd Zalecki did a fantastic job interviewing him because he actually had gotten the news like an hour or two earlier from the interview. He had already agreed to do the interview.
Mm-hmm.
They heard the news and they were like, yo, if you don't want to do this interview, like they said to Stubbs, if you don't want to do this interview, we totally understand.
Yeah.
You just got some pretty, career-changing news for the moment. Like, just do whatever you got to do. No, I'll still come on.
Yeah, exactly.
So it almost let him, like, vent his feelings a little bit, which was, I mean, talk about a professional. Like,
oh, yeah.
It was unbelievable. He was like, you guys are so good to me, and all of us in the locker room, you guys are fair. You guys do honest work, so that's why I wanted to come back on. But he said that they asked him about how the locker room took it, and JT walked up to him and was like, the locker room took a hit today.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that kind of sucks. But that's how they felt when Witt, he said, when Witt got cut last year, it was a gut punch, and we really didn't respond the right way. So that concerns me because this has already happened once.
Yeah.
And it collapsed the team to the point where we let Dork Pete Alonso and Brandon Nimmo beat us at our home stadium. So
yeah,
that's what I have a problem with. I understand that vibes aren't really a thing. I get that.
Yeah.
Where people want to say whatever they want to say. That stuff matters. If you're not having fun, dude, why are we playing?
No, I know. I honestly, I'm okay with the move. Just because I feel like there's got to be tough decisions to be made, and Thompson finally made a tough decision. And I think there's other small things that played into it. Obviously, the options things. You know, like I think Stubbs, he had options and Marshawn didn't. You know what I'm saying? And maybe and I understand Marshawn has injury history, whatever, but that's just like. Hopefully he can stay healthy, and that we just gotta trust that. You know what I'm saying? And listen, honestly, reading Phillies Twitter, I mean, my goodness, they're making Stubbs out to be the next Joe Mauer.
Yeah,
okay?
see,
so let's relax with that.
That's the thing. Like, he's not fantastic. He was a very good. Yes,
for JT,
exactly, and he has a great pop time, just like JT. You know, he works with all the guys really well for the most part. But I just don't know what it's going to do to the clubhouse, and I really hope that they're professional enough to deal with it.
They are. They're grown men.
I know, but at the same time, like let's not joke. Let's not kid ourselves here.
No, I know, but and the other thing is too, people got to realize like, okay, if the Marshawn thing doesn't work out, okay, they just call Stubbs back up. And I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And just listen, they're professionals. And first of all, listen, I know he's a good clubhouse guy, but if there's anybody that we should be worried about when it comes to clubhouse or just being a leader, it should be guys like Bryce Harper. That's who our leader is in the clubhouse. And that's who can take control and say, listen, guys, I know it was a tough decision that was made, but now we have to move on and we have to focus on the goal here. And we got to have a good attitude about it. We have to be positive about it. It's not something you can dwell on the whole season for a backup catcher. And I'm not being disrespectful.
I don't think that's what's going to happen, though. I don't think it's going to be different from what happened with Witt last year because this is not midseason.
No, I know.
You know what I mean? It's a little different than it was with him. But Stubbs, I don't know. I feel like I just don't love the move. I wish we could have carried 3 catchers, but that's just pointless.
I'm
like,
fine with
you
the
know
move.
what I mean? Like I'm not as fine with the move as a lot of people, but I understand that Stubbs isn't like he was a perfectly serviceable catcher in the first place. I think some bottom 3 or 4 teams could have him play every other day, but he's not all that good. I don't think he's as good as Marchand, but I'm scared of what it can do to the locker room. And to your point about being professionals and Harper leading and everything else, if we can't bounce back from this, we don't have championship mentality.
Well, yeah. I mean,
like it's simple. No, like it's simple as that.
Exactly.
Like
we're stretching over a back.
But if you can't, but even with Witt, if you can't bounce back from Whit Merrifield being cut because he was batting 180, like let's get over ourselves here, fellas.
Whit Merrifield in the big 2025.
He doesn't even have a job yet. He will.
Unbelievable. All right. Do you have any tweets of the week? Anything?
I really don't because I
don't
have any funny tweets about the Phillies.
Well, it doesn't have to be about Phillies, if anything.
I really,
because I have one that's like really separate from the Phillies because it was from the Tokyo series between Dodgers and the Padres. So
no,
it was just funny. So it was this guy Darren Ravel.
Oh, dude, Ravel, yeah, he's from Barstool, right?
Barstool, okay,
I think so. Or he used to be. I don't know.
So he must have been at the game, and he tweeted out. This was on March 18th, so I think it was the first game. He said, "Here's your $6 beer today, poured out of a backpack by a Tokyo Dome beer girl." And it showed like this. I'll post it on for the viewers, whatever. But she had like a backpack on.
Oh yeah, dude, in a keg, pretty much.
Which is just kind of insane to me.
Yeah, they had those at the They had the backpacks at the London series. They didn't have that like out of a tap, but they wore it like a backpack. It wasn't like a bin.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
They're just laughing at American ingenuity. That's what it is.
Yo, I do. We should make.
I do have a tweet of the week. I guess this is a little funny, maybe not.
Okay.
John Kruk signed a 4-year extension.
I saw
with
that
NBC Sports Philadelphia, which I love.
4 more years of Kruk, baby.
That'd be awesome.
Let's have him on the pod.
Dude, I wish.
That'd be crazy.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. That'd be nice. Let's see here. I had a response from the other day because John Foley, the 2008 Phillies account, posted. This was after Walker got lit up in the one game or whatever. And he posted like his spring ERA was 6.92 or whatever. Blah blah. This guy commented on it and said, "I think he deserves another chance."
What?
I think it's sarcastic though. That's the funny part about
I hope
it.
So.
No, it's the funny part about it is because it was so sarcastic. He's like, I don't think he deserves another chance. It's like, no. You know what I'm saying?
I hope that's sarcasm, dude. That's ridiculous. I can't believe somebody would even type that. I mean, I thought what was one thing that I bookmarked that I thought was kind of funny, only because I could hear it. I read this in this person's voice.
Okay.
Matt Gallup said many boos in Clearwater during a Grapefruit League game as Taijuan Walker was removed. He's had a good spring until today. The Yankees hit him hard. He's going to be in the bullpen to begin the season. And Peter Giordano tweeted and commented on it and said, it really gets to a point where you have to cut ties. Forget the contract BS. This guy can't stay consistent, and I'm tired of hearing the same old quotes that he's getting better when he is still exactly what he's been at. Mediocre.
I tell you that. I tell you that at work, by the way. And like, yeah, I
definitely peaked there just now.
No, it's fine. And honestly, I think that was the day that March Madness started. So I was already annoyed because I took Louisville to win first round. They like got eliminated. I didn't Final Four, by the way. Yeah. Terrible decision. Don't ask me about March Madness picks ever. But
Pete was done after 15.
I know, I was done after 15 minutes. But yeah, no, I was just over it. Like, it's just like, at certain points where I had to think about it, I'm like, all right, should I tweet this out? And I tweeted it out. I was like, whatever. Yeah. Good one, though. What a guy. One more Taijuan tweet, and I'm done.
Okay.
Explaining the Phils, shout out to them. Taijuan Walker has as many blocked counts as home runs given up per source. It's crazy.
I wonder how many tweets he has subtweeting Rob Thompson.
Yeah, I don't. Well,
whatever. All right, can we move on?
Move on.
I'm sick of this guy. Why do we do like 20 minutes on Walker every time he has a bad outing?
Oh wait, okay, yeah, but I have one more tweet and then we'll move on. So this is from Phillies Tailgate. Phillies playoff odds from Baseball Reference. Pretty interesting percentages here. So to make the playoffs, 38.1% chance. To win division, 13.8% chance, and to win the World Series, 2.4% chance.
2.4?
Yeah. That's the chance. That's what they're giving us.
Can you read through those numbers again? I'm sorry.
Of course. So
I was still stewing from Taijuan Walker. Apologies.
So to make playoffs, 38.1% chance.
That's ridiculous, by the way. Ridiculous. We won 95 games last year, but go on.
Win division, 13.8% chance.
A little understandable because Acuna's coming back, Strider's coming back, and all that stuff. I get it. And then the Mets signed, fancy Jason Dominguez. Go
ahead. Win World Series, 2.4% chance.
Okay.
Which is kind
of having I see where they're getting the 2.4. It doesn't seem as disrespectful after really processing those numbers. Like when I hear them a second time, it's a little easier for me.
Yeah, for sure.
But having us winning the division at 13.4 and then the World Series lower than that, it makes a little bit of sense. The Dodgers are at what, 23% chance?
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I think they're like 23
percentages.
But it's not. That's fun fact. That's not even I was listening to Baseball is Dead.
Okay,
that's one of my favorite.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite baseball podcasts. But they're like way, the stratosphere. Yeah,
above us.
But Jay Hay on that podcast, Nugget Chef on Twitter, he said that's not even the highest probability they've had to win a World Series. They were right now they're at like 23.8, or they were at the time of that recording.
Okay.
That was prior to the Tokyo series.
Yeah.
But they were, I forget what year it was. I think it was going into 2022 or something like that. They were at like 24.8 9 or something like that. Like they had almost a 25% chance to win. Because 23 sounds absurd as it is.
It is,
but then when you find out it's not even the highest they've ever been, it's crazy.
Yeah. I listen.
Especially with that roster, you can't act like they're not gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna be good. I mean, they're gonna be great.
Win 105 games probably. They might break the wins record.
We'll see. It's a long season.
I agree. I'm just saying when you see this when you see that Mariners roster on paper that broke the record, I don't even know what the roster was, but you probably could see that and be like, there's not 4 MVPs on this team. Yeah. There's not 3 Cy Young candidates on this team, and they won 116 games. Now that goes to show you how crazy baseball is.
Oh yeah.
But when you have a roster like this, if they end up breaking that record or tying it, people are going to look back in history and go, obviously they got the most wins. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they have one of the best rosters probably ever created. Not the Dodgers Glaze, but I'm just saying, like, on paper, they have one of the best rosters I've ever seen created as it is. So
to be determined. Like I said, I know they're good team.
It's a long season. Injuries happen. I'm not saying that like they're going to run away with everything and everybody else is just playing for second place. That's not what I'm getting.
No, I know.
But like that's the way I feel. Like the way I see that the NL is just a little different than some other people. That's all I'm saying.
For sure, it's gonna be a tough outing. But the percentages, like for the Phillies,
I was yapping.
No, it's fine. You're good. Don't move me. I'm not gonna like really like pay attention to it. I think we're gonna make the playoffs. So I mean, I just gave up one of my predictions there, but we're getting to that soon anyway. But let me say hello to our friends over at Philly Goat. As we look ahead to the 2025 season, make sure you're prepared with new Philly sports gear. Go to website phillygoat.com to get new Philly sports merch and use the code BTBPOD for 10% off your next order. Beyond the Bank is proud to be an affiliate with Philly Goat. As always, go Phils.
Sweet.
Philly Goat. We got some new stuff on there that I saw.
Yeah.
Go out
There's a lot of Eagles championship stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
one of these days, I'm going to get you.
No. Never.
Oh, man.
All right, so let's talk about a little bit of our predictions before going into the 2025 season, man. I'm got some things noted here. I know you do too. But yeah,
yes, I do.
We got some lineup predictions for opening. We're going to do opening day lineup. And we won't do like who makes the roster. I mean, we could talk about the last roster spot if you want, but we'll do that at the end. But then also just some like individual stats for the team, like who has the most home runs, RBIs, ERA, all the other stuff, and then we'll do like the season outcome and stuff like that for the Phillies in
predictions
general. So
and all.
I will let you go first.
So my opening day lineup, this might surprise you a little bit.
Okay.
So one spot I have Turner obviously playing shortstop.
Yep.
Harper playing first.
Okay.
Batting 2. Batting 3, I had Bone playing third. Schwarber DH at 4. JT catching at 5.
Okay.
Hear me out. Once I'm done, you'll hear it.
Okay.
Just hear me out. Kepler batting 6th.
Okay.
Playing left. Castellanos batting 7th, playing right. Stott playing 2nd, batting 8th. Marsh playing center, batting 9th.
Okay.
Now, the reason I put JT there is because when you look back at some of Nick's most consistent months or consistent stretches, he was in the 7 to 8 spot.
Okay.
And him and JT are both righties, so it wouldn't really mess up the pattern. I know at the end I have Stott Marsh, which is lefty-lefty, but
Stott being that low is a little iffy.
But him having that pop is, and where else would you put him? Would you swap him and Kepler?
Who's Stott?
Yeah.
I mean,
perfect time for you to read yours.
Fine, yes.
I'm just, so
we'll go back and forth here. Sorry, I started laughing, but anyway, okay, you ready? Yeah. All right, so my opening day lineup would be Turner at 1, playing shortstop, Harper at first, second, then
batting second, second baseman Bryce Harper. I'm
falling apart over here. And then batting third would be Bohm at third base. Batting fourth would be Schwarbs, DH. And then I would Cassie at 5, playing right field. Then I would have Stott at 6, playing second base. Then Kepler at 7, playing left field. Then Real Muto at 8 playing catcher, and then 9 would be either Rojas or Marsh for center field.
So you do have a backup or a spot in the lineup where it's back-to-back lefties.
Yeah, I'm not okay splitting the right left thing.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
The reason that I put, I guess you could switch Stott and Kepler in mine if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But the reason that I put 2 lefties at the bottom is because you have Trey who leads off, who's a righty, and then it resets itself. So it's a little different.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And I think Stott provides something that you can just kind of come back around. Yeah, there's one spot in between him and Turner.
Yeah.
But it's almost like you have the lineup just ends up coming around.
No, for sure.
So.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not the right-left thing. It's like we've talked about before already.
That's not something I'm worried about.
No, I'm not.
That's all.
Like, dude, if it's back-to-back lefties, okay, guess what? You're just gonna have to go up there and you got to put a good at-bat. I don't know what to tell you. You can't just if it's a lefty, so fucking be it. You know what I mean? I just it's got.
I'm kind of over the right-left thing.
No,
but
yeah.
I try to keep consistent because that's just my prediction.
No,
that's not necessarily what I want.
Yeah,
but that's my prediction.
Yeah, and then we don't know about the whole we talked about earlier with Thompson about the whole Schwarber against left or righties.
It's the most ridiculous.
We don't know yet, and it's going to be interesting to see. And then Rojas March, like I said at the end, they're going to platoon obviously them. Depending on I guess whatever pitcher there is.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully Rojas, if he does make the roster, which I probably will.
No, you will. I don't think he'll play.
Yeah.
I mean, if you no, I don't think he'll play. I don't think he'll start.
I think late game substitutions for him type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
On offense, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess I'll start out with the individual things for each player.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go with player with the most home runs. I'm gonna say Harper. All right. I was almost gonna go Schwarber.
Yeah,
but
I went Schwarber.
Okay, you went Schwarber.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, it's gonna be a battle between both of them.
I think Schwarber might hit 50 this year. Hot take.
50 would be nuts.
Yeah, 50.
If he gets 50 home runs, he better win the World Series.
I mean, if he gets 50 home runs, I know,
but still.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Player with the most RBIs, I went Bohm.
Me too.
Okay.
Me too.
I feel
especially being in that third spot, if that's where he ends up. I think being in that third spot.
Yeah.
With Turner ahead of him, 2 spots ahead of him, if he gets on base, I feel like Bohm has the best ability to knock him in.
Word. Player with most hits. This one might surprise you. I went Max Kepler.
What?
Yeah, I think he's got the most hits.
I think Trey Turner.
Okay, that's not terrible. I just think Kepler is really gonna. I'm telling you, I think I'm starting.
You're very high on
Kepler train. I was starting to it's just all right. We get to the train station, and I'm just wait. I'm listen. I killed the Kepler train.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying, how?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Who you said? Oh, you said Turner.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I have Trey. I just think that him leading off, I think it's going to help him immensely.
Yeah, for sure.
In getting to see a lot more pitches, just work better at bats. I mean, he said that he looks forward to leading off. So
yeah,
I mean, the last time he led off was 2019, 2021, whatever it was.
Yeah,
I think.
And he succeeded.
He said 2019. They won a World Series.
Yeah,
the Nationals won a World Series. Unfortunately,
player with the most stolen bases went Turner.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, hopefully this year he can start stealing some more bases.
I think he'll get on base more.
Exactly. Yeah. Just get on base and steal a base.
Right.
Pitcher with the most strikeouts, I went Sanchez.
I went Nola.
Okay.
Sanchez has a lot of ground ball outs.
True, but I'm just saying with the velocity though.
It's fair.
You know what I mean?
But I think Nola's always been a strikeout guy versus Sanchez because my second choice is going to be Sanchez.
Yeah. Do you have a specific number of strikeouts that he'll get?
I do not.
I just didn't know the top of
the way I need to see how deep he goes into games. Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be obviously it's going to matter
for sure
with how many strikeouts he gets.
And in the annual home run that he gives up
every game,
it's
like third inning or
third inning.
It's always an 8 or 9 hitter.
After the Toyota RAV4th inning thing or whatever.
I hope that goes away, dude. I hope that goes away.
Oh my god,
it never will. That's gonna happen when our kids are like.
I know. Have you heard about the Toyota RAV4 thing? Just all right.
Our kids are gonna be like, "What's a RAV4 thing?" I'm gonna start twitching.
Player with the lowest ERA. I went Wheeler.
Me too.
Yeah,
I think that's what's your prediction of his ERA?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 230.
I was gonna type mine down 253.
Okay.
I think we hit around once or twice.
Yeah, probably.
That outing in Baltimore last year essentially lost him to Cy Young.
Well, there's
it did when it comes down to it.
No,
I agree, but
it's just like too many gems wasted. It's just like, yeah, it's Wheeler's fault. It's like, okay, yeah,
it's not Wheeler's fault.
No, I know, but
we know it's not Wheeler's fault. But
no, I know.
Blowing up for one start, all of a sudden Chris Sale is Greg Maddox.
I know.
Cy Young all wrapped.
I still don't agree with that
selection,
but it is what it is. All right, so we'll move on to season outcome. So this will be like final record, playoff stuff like that, whatever. Just prediction on that stuff. So if you want to go first,
my final record is 94-68.
Okay.
Now on FanDuel, whatever betting thing, not to be a betting podcast or whatever, but I saw that they have their over under at 90 to 90.5 wins.
Okay.
Or 8 was it 8? No. I guess 90 is the over-under.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think they could sleepwalk to 90 wins. Just off of skill alone. And
for sure.
Their rotation. Now, provided health and everything else. But I think they could sleepwalk to 90 wins.
For sure.
Yeah.
I went 92-70. I'm not
going
to go too crazy on the wins. I just, listen, whatever just gets them to the playoffs. And that goes into the next one. It's like did they make the playoffs? Yes.
Yeah.
I think they make the playoffs. Like I'm not like one of those people who are like, oh, they're gonna miss the playoffs. Like stop.
Yeah.
Like
I think it's ridiculous.
Okay, I can tell you watch like 10 games a season.
Right.
Like you know,
right. Like you're not those guys that are like, we're gonna get 65 wins.
Yeah.
We're the next White Sox. Like okay.
Well, that was the tweet of the week a couple episodes ago where he's just like, it's not gonna scratch like 70 wins. Like relax, bro. You might be a troll.
Whatever.
Win the division? I said yes, they will.
Yes.
I do. I do think they win the division.
I think the Braves have their players come back a little too late.
Yeah.
Because we started running away with the division quick last year.
We did.
I think they're gonna have their players come back a little bit too late. I don't see Ozzie Albies and Attaboy Arcia carrying them to a division title.
For sure. And then like not to bring up the Mets or anything like that, but you saw the Sports Illustrated cover thing with them?
Dude, I don't even want to talk about it.
No, it's like it's ridiculous though.
I know, of course it is.
Like they're making them out to be the next like
if that happened in Minnesota, nobody would care.
1998 Yankees.
Of course.
It's like relax.
Yeah.
Anyway, playoff outcome for you.
So
for the Phillies.
So I gave this prediction on Philly First's pod when they called me yesterday for their live predictions. I think it's going to be Phillies over Boston in 6 in the World Series.
Okay.
I think Boston's a good team.
For sure.
They have Crochet and Walker Buehler.
The AL is weak.
And the AL is very weak.
Yeah.
Especially with the Mets or the Yankees losing Soto.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if Crochet is going to get an extension done.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's going to change their culture. It might not. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think that Boston is the team to beat in the American League.
I respect that.
It may be a hot take, but.
No, for sure. And I said, like, because you did tell me that, I said it's going to be a split house in here because my stepdad Mike's a Red Sox fan.
Yeah,
shout out to him.
Of course.
So it's like, if that happens, it's like, yeah, I don't know. Nobody talk to me. Basically what I'm going to say.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
No, it's a great prediction. I mean,
when Pete ends up on the streets, we'll know why.
Yeah, exactly. So, so my playoff outcome, I said, and I also said this on the Phillies First podcast. Again, shout out to them. I said Phil's go to the World Series and have a 1980 World Series rematch with the Kansas City Royals, and we take it in 5 games. And a little extra, I said World Series MVP, the one and only Bryce Harper. Come on now.
I mean, that solidifies him in Cooperstown if that happens.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I don't want to hear any more arguments at that point.
Yeah.
But
they gotta get it done.
Those are the predictions for the year, and we'll keep that noted.
Who do you think they play in the NLCS? It'd have to be LA, right?
I don't know. Yeah, it's gotta be LA. It's gotta be Dodgers, probably.
It has to be.
Yeah. Probably.
What if that went 7? Dude, my blood pressure wouldn't be able to take it.
Yeah,
I'd be dying. I literally, dude, I would have to. Yeah, no.
I'm starting to hyperventilate now.
I know. Yeah. It's not even opening day yet.
Yeah, so those are the predictions for us, and we will keep them noted for the end of the season to look back on, and hopefully, most of them are correct, and hopefully
I hope so.
You know what I'm saying?
As long as that outcome is correct, I don't care about anything else.
Exactly. It's like, who cares?
Care.
Type of thing. So, all
All right, I guess next we'll go into it's finally time to bring back Pete's picks.
Yes, sir. We're back because starting Thursday is the first series of the season, and we open up in Washington against the Nationals, who, listen, they're going to be sneaky this year, I feel like.
Yeah,
I'm not going to really overlook them too much. Yeah. So, yeah, the pitching matchup for Thursday, Zach Wheeler versus Mackenzie Gore. Mackenzie Gore is pretty decent. But I'm going to say we take game one.
Yep.
I'm going to say we come out with a hot start. I think the offense will be looking to prove something off rip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Wheeler pitches a gem. You know, I'm going to give him like 8 strikeouts.
He doesn't tend to pitch very well against them, though. It's so weird.
But I just think
his stats against the Nationals are very odd.
Yeah.
I remember looking into that last year or 2 seasons ago. It was quite interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like he's going to pitch a gem. Because like I said, I just trust Wheeler at that point.
You think we're sweeping him?
I do. And I mean, that's what I was to say. So the next 2 games. So on Saturday's game 2, you have Luzardo going. I'm pretty excited to see him in, a regular season game at this point. And then I think Sunday, game 3, they'll have Aaron Nola on the mound. I do think we sweep the Nationals. Like I said before, I think I said a couple episodes ago, guys. Like, I can't wait for the sweep already, like for the start of the season. And then go into the home opener against
Way
Colorado.
Too confident.
Hey. You got to set a tone.
That's the name of the game. Yeah, no, I get it.
Set a tone. But yeah, so those are my picks for the first official series of the 2025 season.
Sweet.
What did you think about the whole Fox situation with the Tokyo series? Because we talked about this, and you're a little heated about it.
I just think it's stupid.
It's like, dude.
No. Like, I'm not even like trying to be funny. Like, I think this is the problem with baseball.
Mm-hmm.
They don't market it correctly. Like, I think the Japan series was an awesome idea. I think getting up at 6 a.m. and having baseball on is so cool.
For sure,
and like, I'm having a cup of coffee before I leave for work, and I'm watching baseball. Like, that's neat.
Yeah.
Now, I wish that there wasn't spring training games in between.
Yeah, that's
the end of that, and
iffy.
But I'll take it. Like, it's fine.
For sure.
But like, how do you not have your A-team announcers there? And then how do you have announcers that aren't actually in the stadium?
True.
That's ridiculous.
I was talking about, like, because Mad Dog was talking about it on like that day, and he was just going off about it. Like, it was just like, it was ridiculous. Like, how do you not have Joe Davis and John Smoltz on a broadcast?
As much as I hate John Smoltz, he's a hell of a commentator.
He is. I mean, and he backs up Joe Davis very well.
Yes.
So it's just like,
but this is my point. Like, when you have, like, take Bet 'em at the Bank, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have Fransky and all that, and then you have, Joe Davis and whatnot.
Yeah.
You have to be there to feel that moment.
Oh,
like, there's no, it's Bedlam at the Bank and Bryce Harper has just hit a home run that could potentially send.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that when you're not in the stadium. You have to feel the energy. You have to feed off of the crowd. You have to know when to let a moment breathe and stuff. I'm not saying that I'm this commentating expert, because I'm not.
No, yeah.
But as a fan, you want those moments to, like, just breathe, and you want the announcers to be as excited as the fans are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you want them to be able to be like control their volume of a call. Like, it's just unbelievable to me that baseball just keeps getting put to the side.
Yeah, it's annoying because they're trying to take that next step.
Yeah,
and kind of showcase.
And Manfred's doing I hate him as a commissioner. I'm sure he's a great guy, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with some of his rule changes and stuff, but he's trying to grow the game in a way that we haven't seen in probably the last 30 years.
True. And you got a guy like Ohtani, who's like basically taking another country at that point.
Yeah. Him, Sasaki.
Yeah.
And then you had, oh my gosh, Shota Imanaga.
Yeah.
From the Cubs.
Yeah.
He started too.
And Seiya Suzuki too.
Yeah,
like all those guys.
Suzuki, all those guys. You have 5 countrymen from Japan. It's the perfect series.
It is.
And somehow Fox fumbled it.
I know.
That's the thing that pisses me off.
Your guy AJ Przinsky sounded thrilled to be like like it was like he's
funny, man. He's funny, but when he was doing that Mets series and we scored and he said, "Who cares?" I was like, "Dude, get this guy out of the booth."
Just like, dude.
Oh, real quick, before we close it out.
There you go.
Did you read about the Phillies suing an analytics department?
I heard something about it.
Have you read much on it or no?
Not much, no.
So,
okay.
I learned a couple things from Phillies First. They talked about it last week in their episode.
Right.
But that kind of made me dive more into it. Mm. So pretty much what happened was the Phillies brought in this upstart analytics department, and they hadn't done any analytics for any MLB teams prior, organizations, whatever. And they had signed a contract, and it was like, all right, you're going to be exclusive to us, blah, blah. They signed another one for more money, exclusive to us.
Yeah.
Well, now they're trying to market to other NL East teams. And the Phillies are like, dude, we may not have you under contract, but you have all of our information. Like, and that's not, I don't know if there's anything in the contract that's like, we can't share information, but I assume there's not, because I don't think they'd be suing if there was some sort of amendment in there that says we can't. Exactly. So they're suing them right now. I don't know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
But I thought that was pretty interesting. And I just wanted to get, like, this is where stuff gets tricky with analytics and data and all that stuff. And they're trying to just essentially sign with the highest bidder, I would assume, because, like, they're not worried about fandom and everything else. But it's one thing to do it in the MLB. It's another thing to do it in the National League. But it's a whole different animal when you go into the NL East.
Yeah, and
because you have to protect your data at any means necessary.
And
the Phillies are the ones that brought them to the MLB in the first place.
Yeah, and if they're trying to sabotage us, then
I don't think they are.
No, I'm just saying, if you do, get a life, bro.
yeah, it's a little much.
And please, like, I don't need something else stressing me out.
Yeah,
other than
and I don't think that's what it is. But I think the Phillies, it's like we need to put out something to where, like, we're not going to get stepped on.
No, absolutely not.
You know what I mean? So I just thought that was interesting. I figured I'd bring that up.
Yeah, interesting.
I was reading an article of The Athletic. I subscribe for $1 a month.
Okay. That's good.
For the first year. Good. I'm going to cancel after that.
Interesting headline, though. And, like, hopefully things get resolved. And hopefully it's just doesn't interfere with any stuff with the team. I don't need it.
I don't think it will.
I don't need a distraction like that.
I just thought it was cool because it's something off the field, but also on the field.
Like, the Phillies collapsed because of the analytics situation. It's like, oh, please. Like, I just imagine that being the headline at the end of the year. Like, that's why they lost in the wild card round. But yeah, so before we head out, we talked about it before, but, you know, hopefully to make it official, but with the home opener, you know, bearing any bad weather, we will be there. We will do a shoot. Well, yeah. I'm not going to say it's not going to be live. Like, you know, we're going to be there in person.
We're going to be in person, though.
Yes.
It's not going to be streaming live.
No.
But
I mean, if I can figure something out last minute, then maybe. Yeah. But other than that, we will be doing, that'll probably be our next, like, episode. So if anything, like, if we do shoot it that day, it'll be out the next day or whatever.
Yep.
But obviously, we're going to keep everybody updated on Instagram about that. We're gonna build that up and get that ready. But that will probably be our next episode.
Right. Probably be in K-Lot. If anyone wants to come by,
yeah. If anybody's there, K-Lot.
That is the lot next to the right next to Lincoln Financial Field with the overhangs. That is directly across the street from the ballpark.
Yes. So we're gonna be out there, posted up, you know, getting ready for the home opener. But other than that, let's just hope that we start the season in Washington off on a good note, man. And let's get this journey on the roll, man. I'm ready. I'm putting last year in my rearview mirror, and I'm not even gonna like stress about it anymore. It's a new season, and I feel like for every fan,
I'm over it.
Yeah,
I'll never be over it, but I'm over it.
No, exactly. Like internally, like it like still hurts my heart. Yes.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like, all right, I gotta focus on new season.
If they tried to start the season a month after, I would have been pissed. But right now, I'm fine.
Yeah, we just needed the off season, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, let's just get on a good note, man.
Yep.
I don't want to be stressing Thursday, and I gotta work Thursday during the game.
So do I.
Oh my god, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible, man.
It's adult life.
New season.
Can't wait.
Can't wait, baby.
It's gonna be awesome.
Let's go win a World Series.
Yes, let's go win a World Series. I want to go on Broad Street.
Yes, me too.
I'm gonna act a fool if we win that.
Yeah, no, I don't like.
Dude, I'm gonna be on a bus stop.
I'm really blacked out. Not like drunk maybe, but like just like in general, like my whatever. Anything else?
No, I'm good. Go Phils.
Go Phils. We out of here. Peace.